In this video, I'll cover the Apache Spark ecosystem. The Spark ecosystem is made up of several core components. Spark Core is the foundation of the Spark ecosystem. It manages distributed data processing through two data structures, RDDs, which stand for Resilient Distributed Datasets, and data frames. Spark Core is responsible for task scheduling, memory management, and fault tolerance. However, as a user, you don't interact with Spark Core directly. Instead, you use higher-level APIs. Spark provides several libraries to handle various data processing tasks. Each library is built on top of Spark Core and offers different functionality. Spark SQL allows querying structured data using SQL or data frame APIs. It integrates with various formats such as Parquet, CSV, and Delta Lake. Spark Streaming handles real-time data processing using microbatching. It can ingest data from sources like Kafka, socket streams, or files. mlib is Spark's machine learning library, with tools for classification, regression, clustering, and recommendation. And GraphX is a library for large-scale graph processing, available in Scala and Java. PySpark is the Python API for Apache Spark. It allows you to write Python code while Spark handles the distributed execution under the hood. This makes Spark accessible to data engineers and data scientists who prefer Python. Spark also has APIs that support Scala, Java, and R, in addition to Python. I've already mentioned them, but there are two main data structures in Spark: Resilient Distributed Datasets, or RDDs as they're abbreviated, and data frames. RDDs are Spark's original way of handling distributed data. They spread data as collections of immutable objects across multiple nodes in a cluster, and are designed to handle large-scale data reliably, even if some nodes fail. However, RDDs can be cumbersome to use, as they don't have a structured format, making operations like filtering and grouping much more complex. Data frames, on the other hand, provide a structured, table-like format with rows and columns, similar to tables in a relational database. They're built on top of RDDs, but offer significant performance improvements, optimized by Spark's Catalyst Optimizer and Tungsten execution engine. They allow for efficient, high-performance transformations with simple methods. Both RDDs and data frames work by distributing data across multiple machines, enabling Spark to handle large datasets quickly and in parallel. Today, data frames have become the standard for Spark due to their ease of use and superior performance. When working with Spark, understanding how to navigate its official documentation is very useful. This is the main Spark homepage at spark.apache.org. From here, we can access the documentation for the latest release. Under API Docs, we can see the Python API documentation. This API reference is the main guide for developers working with Apache Spark in Python. It provides a comprehensive reference to all PySpark modules, classes, and methods. At the top level, you have modules like Spark SQL, which focuses on working with structured data. Similarly, there are modules such as the Pandas API on Spark, structured streaming, mlib for machine learning, and even Spark Core. Within each module, you'll find classes that provide the main functionality for working with Spark. For example, in Spark SQL, key classes include Spark Session, which serves as the entry point to initialize and interact with Spark and data frame. And then you have lots of other classes as well. Great, so that's an overview of the Apache Spark ecosystem. Understanding these core concepts will help you work efficiently with Spark in Python.